As gaming has progressed over the years, it has become as saturated as the pictures of Trisha Paytas on Instagram. And with more genres being created by the year, it has allowed even the biggest Karens to be able to immerse in a game for hours on end without thinking about any other trouble in the world. If you want to sit down in the world to build a freaking mansion or even fight zombies, just jump on Minecraft. Or maybe you're the type that likes to steal cars, shoot guns, go to strip clubs, get a bunch of money, well then play GTA 5. Now, imagine you're alone in a world where there are a few people left, let's say 100 to 150, and all you have is the clothes on your back and that backpack you kept from primary school. As you're by yourself, stranded with no one else to trust, you understand that everyone else is out to kill you. But you, being the very competitive person, want to survive and be the last one standing. On the island, the only objective is to survive. So you search for weapons, armor, bandages, scavenge for houses, and take what you need. The world around you is shrinking as the number of people fall, and you find yourself closer and closer to the enemies. You sweat, knowing the end is near. The island is shrinking more. You want to be the last one standing. You're in the top 2. Headshot to the head with a pump shotgun, and you're leaving the island with the Victory Royale. Welcome to the genre that began in 2013 and took over the gaming industry since 2017, with the release of PUBG, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Warzone, and much more. Welcome to Battle Royale. The theme of Battle Royale roots all the way back to the year 1999 when a Japanese book called Battle Royale was published. The story tells of junior high school students who are forced to fight each other to the death in a program run by a fictional authoritarian Japanese government, now known as the Republic of Greater East Asia. This extraordinary book was found to be a quick bestseller and was adapted into a manga series in the year 2000, and even a year after that was developed in a film where it portrayed the story, showing the kids from trusting their friends to killing everyone for the one objective of survival, or to be left on the grass as their blood gushed from their guts. Actually, if you guys would like a video analysis on this, comment below and I might work on it as a future video where I analyze the storyline, rewatch the movie to remind myself about it, and maybe, just maybe, even get a few YouTubers on board to help me with it. In 2008, the Hunger Games novel was published and made into a movie in 2012. In Hunger Games, the country of Panem is divided up into 12 districts. There used to be 13 until the latter tried to rebel against the government. In response, their district was destroyed. The games serve as a punishment to remind the country's citizens that the government has power over them and to never rebel again. This was slightly different from Battle Royale, the movie, whose storyline was in the near future, 800,000 children boycotted their Japanese schools after the government collapsed. In the response, the Japanese government decides to pass the Millennial Educational Reform Act, aka the BR Act, for their defiance. Every year, the government picks one class with, well, more than 24 children to compete on an island to fight to the death as punishment for rebelling. All the children in Battle Royale are in the same age range. Now, although they had different storylines, they were similar in the fact that both shared similarities. For example, young adults being placed together in hostile environments with only one way to escape, and that was to survive at all costs. And that simple idea was one that was just about to be adapted into games for the future to come. 2012, as we said before, was the year that Hunger Games novel was made into a movie, but it was also the year in which video games decided to implement the Battle Royale idea. Minecraft Hunger Games, later renamed as Minecraft Survival Games, which dropped players in a random game with nothing but their square hands, and they had to scavenge around the island to find ways to be the only one to, as the name suggests, survive. If you made it to the last one standing, congratulations, you've won the match. The thing with Minecraft Survival Games is that it wasn't even made by the creators of Minecraft, but by the developers who enjoyed the idea of Battle Royale. Moving on to February 21st, 2013, a mod for the army game was created and called DayZ, which was really the game that set out the foundation for the Battle Royale game to come. In DayZ, your primary objective is simply to survive. To do so, you need to roam around the massive map dotted with villages and cities, and to find the best gear and weapons in a multiplayer environment where other real life players were also playing, and using those weapons you had to kill them. Fast forward to a few years and Sony Online Entertainment or otherwise known as Daybreak Games, saw that Battle Royale was becoming the new best thing and worked together with the developers of DayZ to implement the Battle Royale mode into their own game. In 2016, they did just that, with H1Z1 turning into a two-part game, H1Z1 Just Survive, and the brand new H1Z1 King of the Kill. King of the Kill became popular in just a few years and became the first standalone Battle Royale game to ever be released. Over 2016 to 2017, many companies saw that there was a gap in the market for Battle Royale games, so tried to create their own Battle Royale games such as Rust and Unturned and Ark. Each of these was trying to bring out something new to stand out. So many of these, as most of you have never heard of them, disappeared into existence just as fast as they came to existence. They just didn't have that difference to mean that anyone would want to move to those games more predominantly. So as they were using Battle Royale merely as a cash grab, they died down quickly. But in 2017, a game came out that completely changed the competition, and that was PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, better known as PUBG, which brought in millions of players who had that chance of winning chicken dinners. Now, it's worth mentioning that one of the creators of PUBG was someone called Brendan Green, who was also someone responsible in the past to help create some of the Battle Royale games that we spoke about before, such as DayZ. But this specific Brendan Green, before everyone knew his actual name, he used to have a different name, living under an alias. And that alias was PlayerUnknown. Yes, the same PlayerUnknown that is later used to name the Battle Royale which stormed over the gaming world. Because this video isn't about PUBG, if you want a more in-depth video on the success and problems of PUBG, check out the video in the description by Average Pixel, who made an excellent video on that subject. Now, moving into 2017, Fortnite Save the World had finally been released into the public, but Epic Games knew that they needed to have a grab at the new trend. So on September 26th of the same year, Fortnite Battle Royale was launched. Fortnite, however, was completely different from other Battle Royales. It was a Battle Royale that linked Minecraft with PUBG. It was a Battle Royale that was suitable for both a younger audience and more. It was a Battle Royale with beautiful scenery, and unlike PUBG, had way more stability than you could imagine. Fortnite, unlike other Battle Royales, had the same objective of 100 players on a map for one survivor, but with a twist: building. Players were able to farm material to protect themselves and create fortification when fighting. This building mechanic quickly became the big reason that Fortnite became so big. So big, in fact, that even stars such as Drake and Travis Scott had played the game. Apart from the amazing gameplay you got, Fortnite had many special events that kept people coming back to the game. The first being live events, which happened at a specific time in-game, allowing millions of people to watch them simultaneously. This was something that no game had done before, not to mention the work that went into these live events, and the fact that each one seemed to be better than the last, bringing in the Infinity Gauntlet that turned people into Thanos, bringing Batman into the game and even his weapons, and even a live event for Marshmallow and Travis Scott. These are just some of what Fortnite has created. Fortnite became so popular that it sparked the media into the topic of game addiction, where the trusted Fox News described Fortnite the same as heroin.
Because it is so addictive. It is incredibly addictive. It has been likened to something like heroin. And
as much as people may hate Fortnite now, Fortnite has broken many records and even till today still has millions of players, bringing a difference and merging both the Battle Royale genre with a twisted version of the much loved Minecraft game was not only the most creative thing Epic Games did, but also the most striking, as they continue to be the most earning free-to-play game. Now come to 2018, and although many companies were incorporating Battle Royale into their game in some way, the biggest game to come out was from a company that had before been much more popular for their multiplayer and story mode. That was Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout. Activision made the conscious decision to drop the campaign part of the game and replaced it. Blackout was a lot like any other Battle Royale game in the market, with a realistic feeling of Call of Duty characters, but it was also stable with high-end graphics and movements that most players enjoyed. Back in 2016, a developer, Respawn Entertainment, began working quietly on their own version of a Battle Royale genre, but the marketing was completely different from other Battle Royale games. No ad campaigns, no build-up, no teasers. The game's success relied only on content creators, Twitch streamers, and word of mouth to get known. Without anyone knowing, streamers booted up the game and a red screen with a countdown timer was ticking, and no one knew what it was. All people knew was that something called Apex Legends was about to drop, and then...
Last game.
Nice!
You're right.
Yes,
Let's
man.
go. Let's go, baby.
Let's go! Boys! Yes!
Yeah, we fucking did it. Let's
Within 8 hours of its launch, the game had 1 million players, and within 72 hours, it had 10 million players. The game's mechanics such as the ping system and the fast movements attracted so many new players. The new ping system that allowed players to play without mics was so good that even people like Fortnite copied it shortly after. And if a game as big as Fortnite is copying your work, then you know you were surely doing something good. Within a month, more than 50 million players were already playing the game. The game earned $92 million in a month. Apex was visually gorgeous, ran so smoothly, and had things like character abilities which made the game seem like a battle royale Overwatch. Now come 2020, where Warzone was released by Call of Duty, which has taken the world by storm. Their lucky drop of it just before quarantine has allowed millions to join the game. Not to mention that just like Fortnite and Apex, it was free and a better version of Blackout. It's pretty much the second best battle royale currently, along with Fortnite still being the first most played game. With Warzone, there are loadouts which players can get in the game from their upgradable guns over time, which can change the gameplay along with a smooth gameplay. Not to mention that Warzone doesn't really require a lot of your GPU to function, as it's more of a CPU intensive game, which means it can run on many graphics cards as long as you have enough RAM, preferably 12GB for smoother gameplay. The most prominent of the changes present in Warzone is how it lets you re-enter the game once you've died. Add that level of quality to the addition of things like the gulag and buying back teammates, and you've got an exciting battle royale game. Because we've spoken so long about the history of battle royales, let's move on to the next wave in the scene. Style. Being stylized like Fortnite and Apex allows for a wider player base, therefore more players in the game. Although animated and realistic battle royales are personal opinions and has been a debate for quite some time, when it comes to style, Fortnite and Apex Legends do it best because of how much more people they can pull into their game, from 9-year-olds with small PPs to bulking 4. The Simpsons, for example, a show we all know, the characters were made yellow simply so they look different from the other shows when people were looking through other channels. Another example of style is in the popular show Friends, the purple walls are made to make it more recognizable. Style is so important because if your game looks exactly like any other game, people would simply ignore yours, as there would be no point of going to a new game that looks the same, for example PUBG and H1Z1. The reality is that if you're different, chances are people will be more likely to stick up to your uniqueness. Updates. Think of updates as lives of the game. As the game becomes something everyone knows, and therefore the battle experience becomes repetitive. Updates are like the hearts that you find in Mario game that replenishes the game's lives. A good update will bring something new to the game, maybe new strategies or new weapons, which could change the meta and therefore keep the existing players but also pull in newer players. A stylized game such as Fortnite and Apex are much more fortunate, as it would allow for a wider creative opportunity. You could create a live event of a rocket launch or allow people to travel to a new dimension. As humans, we can get very bored if we keep doing the same thing, and if developers are not up to updating their game constantly, they'll quickly lose the player base they once had. Mechanics. The way in which a game feels and the things you need to do to win can judge how successful a game is. For example, having building in Fortnite allows people to have different skill sets, which overall makes Fortnite unique and creates many different strategies in the game. Or the invention of the gulag in Warzone, allowing for a potential second chance at Battle Royale, makes it even more fun and would allow people like Vicstar to go for kill records. Since Battle Royale began to go, many companies tried to make a Battle Royale simply due to their intention of wanting a cash grab. Many games failed to keep updating their games or making the game smooth, which would mean that the gamer's experience is destroyed, which ultimately makes a game die faster than it takes for FIFA to bug, which is probably around 10 seconds. I've majorly spoken about this question due to the reasons why Fortnite or Apex succeeded over other games. For example, lack of constant updates, lack of good mechanics, or distinct style could make a battle royale fail. When a topic, genre, or subject is saturated, you find it quite hard to stand out. If you look like a clone of the others, with battle royale being the most concentrated genre of this decade, it would seem very hard for any new companies to make a new Battle Royale unless they had something so groundbreaking like building in a Battle Royale. Other arguments include a Battle Royale becoming repetitive, which can lead to them being found as boring by players and therefore abandoned for better games. Overall, Battle Royale is a great genre in the sense that it allows a simple game idea to be developed via the creativity of developers to create an immersive world in which players can drop to be the last one standing. At the same time, it is a terrible genre simply due to the repetition of games and also how similar most of them seem, which make it saturated and therefore seem like old news. With that being said, I'm still a very big Battle Royale fan, considering I've been playing Fortnite since the Battle Royale launch, and I've also been playing Warzone and Apex for quite some time. What do you think about Battle Royales? Which game is your favorite? Are there any negatives which I forgot? Comment them down all below. This has been Zaid, and I hope you enjoyed this rather long video, and have a good day. Peace!